Welcome to the E-commerce Profits Podcast, where we feature top founders and experts in the e-commerce industry and take an in-depth look at the struggles and successes in growing e-commerce brands profitably.
What's up, people? Josh Chin here. I'm the host of the E-commerce Profits Podcast, where we feature top experts and entrepreneurs in the e-commerce industry and go behind the scenes of the struggles and successes in growing a brand. Now, this episode is brought to you by Chronos.agency. If you run a direct-to-consumer e-commerce brand that is ready to double your customer lifetime value through life cycle marketing, Chronos is your company. We've helped hundreds of brands scale profits with email, SMS, and mobile push, getting an average of 3,500% ROI from our efforts, generating over $190 million in trackable revenue across these platforms. And we've worked with brands like Truly Beauty, The Udi, Elias Skin, and many more. Now, next step is to email us at sales@chronos.agency for a free audit on your lifecycle marketing program, or you can go to chronos.agency to learn more. Today's guest is the partnerships and business development lead of a fantastic company called ReferralCandy. And ReferralCandy has been around for a long time. And my guest today is Raúl Galera. Raúl is a veteran in the company. He's been around for a long time. We'll talk about his experience growing ReferralCandy as a company as well. Now, ReferralCandy is founded over 10 years ago, if I recall correctly, back in 2009. And the company is based in Singapore, where I'm at right now. That's home. That's home for me. So very proud of that. And it is the leading platform in referral marketing for e-commerce brands, helping over 30,000 brands leverage the power of word-of-mouth marketing, turning their customer base into their growth marketing team. What makes referral marketing interesting is that it introduces new sources of customers, not existing customers, new customers into your business. And the way that ReferralCandy priced their product makes it such that it is extremely low risk for a brand, a business, to get started with the program and scale very, very quickly without necessarily needing to allocate a crap ton of budget into a new program. Raúl, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right. Let's start with your background. Let's talk about your role in the company. And you've been in the company for 6 years now, which is
Yep, that's correct.
Which is a good amount of time, and I think a good amount of time to kind of get a good sense of what makes ReferralCandy unique and why people love the company from within and from a brand's point of view, from a merchant's point of view. What can you say about that?
I mean, well, I joined the company when I was 23, about to turn 24. Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
I was turned 24, I think.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't had a lot of experience before I joined the company. Before that, I was working for another startup, and before that, I did a little bit of I was doing consulting and like financial analysis, which is, I quickly realized that it was not for me. I loved it though, but I realized that it was definitely not the job that I wanted to have for the rest of my life.
Okay.
And so, I can't really compare the kind of like the culture that we have at ReferralCandy with my previous experiences, because there were more, I would say, traditional kind of companies. But something I particularly love about ReferralCandy, probably one of the reasons why I've been at the company for so long, and it's funny because considering 6 years at a company these days, it's crazy. Like there's gotta be a good reason behind it, because nobody stays at a company for more than 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
But I would say it's the culture. Not only in terms of kind of how our approach to, how we run the company and kind of like how we run, communications within the company. But also because we've done a really good job at hiring people that either fit our culture or we think, can grow within our culture, kind of get used to our culture and thrive. So yeah, when you say culture, it's kind of like a vague term.
Yeah.
Some people think of ping pong tables. We don't have ping pong tables. I work remotely, so
Right.
fortunately not no ping pong table for me. But I think the people is what, well, the culture make the people and people make the culture. And I think we've done a really good job at combining the two.
How would you describe your culture if you had to summarize it in as short a paragraph as you can?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we actually have it public somewhere, our kind of like our core beliefs. But one of my favorite ones, it's kind of a no BS culture.
Okay.
That's probably the one that it's the most important for me. We're, as a company, we're very customer centric. We're always kind of obsessed with accelerating action and trying to move things fast. But my favorite one is probably the no BS approach that we have to everything when it comes to obviously mostly internal communications, but also outside communications. We want to be straight in what we provide to our customers, but also straight when it comes to figuring out what we're working on, what's working, what's not working, and kind of having like that making no BS kind of comfortable for people, and like being able to speak your mind, and make sure that what you're saying is going to help the whole company or helping your team fix problems or improve what we're doing, or raise issues that need to be fixed. So that one in particular is my favorite one, and I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I've been still at the company for so long. It's honestly crazy to me that I've been at smaller companies with way less people that had internal politics and things like that. And I always say it, and both publicly and also to my colleagues and even people that are joining, or when I'm interviewing people, is that I haven't really seen any sort of hint of internal politics or ReferralCandy, which is very refreshing, I think.
That is very cool, and it's rare, and I think that especially over the years and in the digital space, I think 5 years is a long time. Let alone,
yeah,
how many years have you been around? 12, 13 years now as a company?
I would say, wow, I'm old. I started working when I was, in 2013, 14, I think was my first job. So yeah.
ReferralCandy's been around for a bit.
Yeah.
And you work with some really cool brands as well. Secret Lab being one of them. We were just talking about their referral program. Now, for people who don't know what ReferralCandy does and what a referral program that is automated looks like, give us the quick rundown, like the 30,000-foot view.
Yeah. So our referral program, it's basically encouraging your customers to talk to their friends and family and coworkers, or kind of anybody in their circle, about your brand and your product, and hopefully incentivize them to kind of sell your product to people around them. And that's something that happens organically, honestly. If you have a good product, chances are that your customers are already talking to their friends and family about your brand, and possibly motivating them to buy. Now, referral marketing, it's something, so that, I guess that would be word of mouth. Referral marketing, it's any sort of marketing action that you put in place to increase the reach of that word of mouth by adding rewards, some sort of reward system that encourages people to refer, by adding kind of like a system to track it, which could be a referral link, could be a coupon code.
Yep.
And then ReferralCandy, what it does is that it puts all of that on autopilot. So it makes it easy for brands. It could be Secret Labs, but it could also be a startup that doesn't really have the resources or the time to set up something like this in-house.
Yep.
We do it for them, and not only help them set it up quickly, but also make sure that 99% of the things that they need to do with the referral program are running on autopilot, so they don't really have to spend time on that.
Right. Now let's dive deeper. So the typical approach is, all right, you've bought something. Now, Mr. Customer, would you like to give your friends $10? And we'll give you $10 in value. Whether that be in cash, in coupon, or in some kind of equivalent reward, right? And the title of the email is typically going to be something along the lines of refer your friends, and then headline, give $10, receive $10. But I think that's overused. Just personal opinion. I think that everybody does that. But Raúl, I think you've seen way more than just that basic stuff. What are some of the most innovative ideas that you've come across that brands have used to reward their customers, to become evangelists?
Absolutely. One of the ideas that I've seen recently that I particularly loved, and I think we've probably featured it somewhere in some sort of formal marketing. I don't know exactly if we put it in a blog post or we put it on social, but we've seen a few customers that were it sounds kind of funny because it's not extremely groundbreaking, but in a day where everything we can think about it's digital, it actually stands out. So this company basically printed a letter and put it in the box. So when the customer will unbox the product, they will see a letter explaining how the referral program works, and then I think they added like a QR code so people could sign up for the referral program right away. And so that's because again, you can automate pop-ups, you can automate emails, but probably unboxing is probably the time where you have the full attention from your customer. They're excited that they got the product, because a customer is going to be excited when they order your product, but they're going to be more excited when it gets home and they're opening that box. It kind of feels like Christmas Day a little bit. So
yeah.
Seeing that letter, they're probably going to pay attention to it, and they're definitely going to take action. So that's one of the things that I've seen that worked really well. And then honestly, again, I don't know if it's as innovative as that, but I've seen a lot of brands that just kind of talk to their customers in a very honest and natural way about their referral program. We have a client called Baron Fig, which has on their website. Well, I haven't been on their website for a few weeks, but I hope it's still there, unless they've redesigned it. But if you go to their website, they have on the top navigation bar, if I'm not mistaken, a call to action that says get $10. And if you click there, they take you to kind of like their referral program landing page. So a page where you can learn about the referral program, the rewards, how it works, all that kind of stuff. But they also added something that I thought it was genius, a little kind of like a brief text that says a note from the team.
Yeah.
And there they explain basically the reason why they're launching a referral program and the impact that referral program is having on their business. So they're being extremely transparent and honest with their customer base. I think they say something like, any help, like any friend that you refer, it's going to have a great impact in our small studio or small company. So they're being kind of like being a little bit even vulnerable, like saying like, hey, we're a small company, like honestly any help that we can get will be great. And they're creating that connection with their customers. I thought it was genius. And so that I'm a fan of that kind of part of honest marketing. And so that's something I particularly like, because it's a company that's just explaining the reason why they're launching the program. And they also say something like, instead of spending money on advertising, we'd rather spend the money, or rather give the money to you, our customer. So yeah, I thought it was genius.
One of the things that makes ReferralCandy in particular pretty unique is that you charge a low monthly fee with a commission on the revenue that's generated through the referral program. And well, these are new revenue, new customers that are previously non-customers. What's the thought process behind the pricing model? Why does it work? And I have some follow-up questions to that, because this is really interesting to me. So let's start there.
I would say, in my opinion, what makes our pricing interesting, I was gonna say fair, but I don't think, I don't think you can call any. I mean, I think it is fair, but it's not something I would use in a sales call. But what I particularly like about our pricing is that we put skin in the game. So we make money when you make money. Like you said, we charge a small monthly fee. We don't live off of that small monthly fee. So our best interest as a company is to make sure that you are making money from your referral program, that your referral program is working, and that you make a consistent stream of sales every month from new customers. And then if you're able to get that, if you're able to get those new customers and those that kind of new revenue, then we'll take a piece of that. Which, by the way, it will get our commission will get smaller as the sales grow. So we start at 5% and ends at 0.25%.
Right.
So kind of like the it's in our best interest to make sure that you get to that very, very small commission threshold, because it means that your referral program is doing very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a nutshell, put in skin in the game, make money when you make money. I think that it's kind of a no-brainer for the customer.
Right. That is fantastic. Now, I have a follow-up question here. So there is a tier. You mentioned that the more money that's being made through a referral program, the commission rate becomes smaller and smaller over time. Now, what if we have a really large brand that's say doing millions per month, right, in revenue, and say the referral rate of a couple of percent, an extra 50 grand a month. That equates to basically $1,000 a month in total fees for the product. At what point does it not make sense anymore? And do you have the option of, hey, I represent a massive organization and I'm trying to put a cap on how much we spend on the program on ReferralCandy. Do you have a fixed pricing program that we can work with? Is there an option available like that?
Yeah. So two things actually. So that kind of like example of company that you're mentioning. So their referral sales. So if they're making, again, we'll have to see, we'll have to like see how much money they're actually making from the referral program. But the way our commission, and again, I wasn't intending on getting into like too specific into pricing, but I'll just mention it real quick. So our pricing structure goes from 5% to 0.25%, which means that we only charge 5% on the first $1,000 in referral sales that you're generating. So that's $50. And then we go down to 3.5, and then I think it's 1.5, and then again, eventually 0.25%. So it means that if a company is making over 10K, over 100K, their effective referral rate's gonna be somewhere between 3 and 1, and possibly even less than that if the referral sales are much higher than that. So they're not gonna pay 5% in commissions. They're gonna pay a lot less. So that's kind of one thing. And then the second thing is that I think we have an enterprise kind of / custom pricing option, which is basically, the goal is to address the kind of like the concern that you were raising about, well, I don't know how much I'm going to be paying next month because maybe my sales fluctuate, right? So we have the option of setting a kind of like a fixed annual fee with no commission. So we just kind of like, figure it out what's what's a price that makes sense based on what you've made previously on referral sales, and we kind of set it up on that. So that's a spot where customers typically get to after they've been with us for a few years. The referral programs are doing very well. They're making a lot of money in referrals. They're paying a certain amount to ReferralCandy, and then we kind of sit down and negotiate what an annual fee would look like. So mostly, so their finance team can be, have peace of mind that they know exactly how much they're spending on referral marketing, and they don't have to really like look, what's the difference between 1 month and the next one.
Now, talk to me about the strategy behind referral marketing, and what are some expectations? I know that on the site, it assumes a 2% referral rate. Is that still what you see right now with the clients that the company works with, or does that vary? Does that change?
It varies. We typically say that 2% because it's kind of what we've seen that is the average. Well, not necessarily from our customer base, but also from some research that we've looked at. Of kind of bigger companies like Nielsen that have done research on referral marketing, and we've realized that kind of like the average referral rate across all industries is about 2.5% to 40 something. And so
40
we also saw that 2.40 something.
Oh, okay.
2.50.
240.
No,
okay.
not 40, not 40.
All right.
Not 40.
That changes everything.
I know. Yeah. And so, so we, after seeing that average and also seeing that the majority of our customers, after launching the referral program, and most importantly, following the steps that we suggest to for launch and post launch, which could be let your old customers know about your referral program. Don't just expect kind of new customers to get invited to join the program and then forget about the thousands of customers that have bought from you in the past year or so. Let those people know. We have a feature inside to do that. Let your past customers know. Set rewards that make sense. Rewards that are that incentivize people to refer.
Yep.
And then the last one would be to post it on social media.
Yep.
Kind of like put or doesn't have to be in social media, like whatever channel you're using to communicate with your customers, make sure that you're kind of pushing that message there. So if you do all those three things, you should be able to see at least a 2% increase in new revenue from referrals. Now that's kind of a bottom line. That's kind of a baseline estimation, so people can see what it will look like to launch a referral program in terms of new revenue. Now, 5% is common. Anywhere between 5 and 10% is common. We have a lot of the case studies that we have on our site are at 10%. So it's definitely not impossible. It's definitely not. I mean, it's not easy because a lot of things need to fall into place. You need to have a really good product. You need to have a product that's somewhat easy to talk about. It doesn't have to be kind of like the coolest or latest gadget. It could be just it could be I don't know, a t-shirt that's just slightly different from what other people have seen. It doesn't have to be something super groundbreaking, but it has to be something that people will be somewhat incentivized to talk about. And again, so I've seen a lot of referral programs with 10%. I've also seen some with 30%. Those are kind of outliers. That's closer to that 40 something we were talking about. I don't know if I've seen 40 something, but I've definitely seen 30.
Sure.
Very few, but it definitely happens. Now 10, it's not difficult, not extremely difficult to achieve. I would say.
Is that a matter of increasing the frequency of communication about the referral program, or is it the positioning of the referral program, the offer, the reward? What moves the needle the most that you've seen? I
would say it's all of it. The product has to be good, and the product has to be, again, something that could be interesting to talk about. And again, it doesn't have to be a gadget, doesn't have to be, a super cool pair of sneakers. We have one of my favorite customers, honestly, Branch Basics, and we have a case study on our site. They sell cleaning products, and they have a really good referral program. But it's not just the cleaning product; it's everything behind that cleaning product. It's the reason why they started the company. It's the reason why they created those products. It's the kind of like their explanation of why, like, after you read their explanation of kind of like of their product, which I'll summarize it real quick. So Branch Basics, they create they're innovative in my opinion because of two things. The first one is that they have created cleaning products that are not toxic for humans, basically. You're not gonna get sick from inhaling vapors or whatever. You're not gonna get, it's not gonna irritate your skin or anything like that. So it's fine for you as a human. But it also cleans very well. And then the other one is that they sell them to you on a subscription basis. And so the first package that you get a bunch of different bottles and spray bottles. And then every month they'll send you kind of like different concentrate so you can dilute them in water. And in my opinion, that's honestly the genius point in my opinion, because after you realize all of this, you realize that most of what you're paying for when you go to the supermarket and buy cleaning products from any other brand, you're paying for plastic and water. That the process of that cleaning product that you're buying at the grocery store from a traditional corporation, it's basically something that's diluted in water, and they're selling you single-use plastics. Which after you're done using it, you're gonna toss it. You might recycle it, but we all kind of know how that ends. At least with Branch Basics, you know that. Well, first of all, it's also it's a little bit better for the environment in the sense that you're utilizing those bottles for a long time, and they're just sending you what you need because you have water at home, so you don't need to get 2 liters of water every single month when you buy your any sort of cleaning product, honestly. And that referral program did very well, and it's doing very well. I think it's at over 10% monthly. So think about what it would mean to have a 10% of new customers coming to your store, and you're also only paying for those customers once they make a purchase. And the way you're paying for those customers is by giving them a discount and giving also some sort of reward to the person that made a recommendation. You're not paying for clicks, you're not paying for Facebook ads, anything along those lines to acquire that new 10% of customers every month. It can definitely change the bottom line of your business.
It's a win. It's for sure a win.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that really sticks out in my mind is that there are 2 types of referral programs that I've seen. There's the landing page, hey, give 10%, and on Branch Basics it just says give a little, get a little, and email and name, and you get invite link, right? That's the CTA. For some other brands like Secret Lab, it requires you to be a customer first. So it says you'll get a custom personal referral code, an exclusive referral code, when you make a Secret Lab purchase. So a little bit of a different approach there. What is the thought process, do you think, behind the 2 approaches? And is one better than the other? Like, obviously I have my personal opinions, and I'm inclining towards just let everyone be a part of the program, even if they're not a customer. If they want to be an evangelist, let them be an evangelist.
I agree with you, but the reality is that both of them work. That's what I call the difference between a private referral program and a public referral program. Right. So a lot of our brands only want customers to promote their products, which I understand. I guess the reasoning behind it is that if you're a customer, if you've used the product, you know exactly what makes our product good and what makes our product useful. And you can pitch our product perfectly, because what's better than your personal experience? I mean, that's kind of like the baseline idea of referral programs. You're turning your customer base into your sales team because they know exactly why their friends are gonna like it. They can show it to their friends. They have the physical product. They can tell their friends, look, take a look at it, and or use it, and tell me what you think. So I totally understand that. I personally prefer the open referral programs for one simple reason, and it's that it can allow you to convert website traffic that otherwise would not turn into customers. Let's say I like to play basketball, but I don't necessarily play soccer. But I have a lot of friends. I live in Spain. All of my friends play soccer. I'm the weird one. So if I land on a website that is selling soccer gear, and I think it's cool, or I think it's interesting, or maybe it's a brand that maybe my friends don't know about, and I see that they have a referral program, and not because I can get something for myself, because if they're offering a discount, I'm definitely not going to buy anything from there. But if they're giving my friends a discount, why not? I could sign up as an advocate. I can get my referral link, and then I can give it to my friends and say, hey, like I found this brand. I know you guys play soccer. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but if you buy through this link, you're going to get 15-20% off. And that way you're converting traffic that otherwise if I didn't find that referral program, I would have just left the website thinking that, well, this Instagram ad wasn't made for me, right? So that's why I think it's useful. And then also, you never know who's going to join your referral program. You might have an influencer coming across your brand and signing up, and then doing some sort of video, or like posting something about it, or writing a blog post about it. You never know. So that's kind of like that convexity that I think, I'm always kind of chasing that. So that's probably the reason why I think that it's interesting, because you never know what's going to happen, and there's an upside that you're not really tapping into.
And here's a fun little tidbit that I learned from Josh from Snow Teeth Whitening. He found celebrity influencers who are using his products without him knowing, by scouring through the list of customers that he's had, matching their addresses to the respective prices of those properties on Zillow.com, and he would kind of rank those house property values by which is the most expensive, and so on and so forth. And he would reach out to people on the higher end, and he would realize that the names are, and you Google the names of those people, and you realize that, oh, holy crap, Kim Kardashian's using my product, and it is so on and so forth. And he would create this opportunity to reach out to their agents, if they do have an agent, or directly to the influencer and say, hey, we noticed that you use our products. I'm the founder of Snow Teeth Whitening, and that opens up a conversation so much more effectively versus,
Oh yeah.
And I suspect that could be done as well with a referral program, and looking at who's in the list of your referrers. So pretty cool idea.
We actually have a feature on our dashboard that it says top referrers, and it basically allows you to see who are the customers that have referred the most friends in the past month. And so sometimes you're gonna see that you have somebody that has referred 10 times more friends than the next one on the list. And so if you start digging into that, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this person has 100,000 followers or 1 million followers on Instagram. That's probably why. And then that gives you kind of an idea of who you should be reaching out to kind of like, increase that relationship, or improve that relationship with that customer.
That makes sense. Raúl, what's your message for D2C brands all around the world?
Diversify your customer acquisition channels. I saw recently, can't remember where, so sorry for not quoting, not giving the source, but I think it was eMarketer actually. Okay. I read that e-commerce brands are paying more to Facebook in terms of Facebook ads than what they're making themselves in net profit. So, which means that
I believe that
Facebook is making more money from e-commerce stores than e-commerce stores are making themselves, which is absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So diversify your customer acquisition channels. Referral marketing is definitely one of them. And if you can look for channels that can that you can kind of afford in terms of paying based on revenue or performance, yeah, go ahead with those.
For sure. Raúl, thank you so much for your time. I had a lot of fun talking to you. And for people listening, interested to learn more about what you do and ReferralCandy, where should they go to?
ReferralCandy.com. Or if they want to email me directly, my email is RaúlG, so RAULG at ReferralCandy.com.
Fantastic. Raúl, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the E-commerce Profits Podcast. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get notified of future episodes.